Jane Cook. I was born in 1929 in Fauquier County, Virginia. Where I grew up, it was all farmland, closeness of people in helping, and just a good feeling really of helping or feeling patriotic. We wanted to do things that would make life easier for everyone. I don't remember anyone leaving the farm because that was a full-time job. Mothers did not go out. They worked together as a community of farmers and had to make do. And even you couldn't get parts for your cars, which were old cars, older like you see now. And I remember how they smell like rubber. The cars smell a lot like rubber. And we wouldn't have dared miss school bus because nobody had the time to come and pick us up at school. This is when I was a little bit older, but I remember the buses couldn't get parts, and a lot of times they would be late coming, and I loved to go to school, so I'd wait a little while just hoping it would come, but fuel pumps always went bad on them, and it was just fun to go to school. I really enjoyed that. And we had such nice teachers, too. No one went out even as a teacher or anything. They were all just shelling the peas and making the big dinners. So they didn't actually, I don't know anybody that went to work outside the home. We would always were told to bite into an onion, and then the milk did not taste like onions. It was, I don't know who came up with that, but it worked every time. Sometimes there would be cake, but things are so rationed that you would make do with different ingredients than we have now at the drop of our finger. That we can experience anything now, but it was very limited. There was even a wartime cake which contained spices and lots of raisins. Yes, many people lost their jobs during the Depression, and everyone had to help each other out in any way that we could. And we did what we call the barter system, which is where one neighbor helps another. I, for instance, with shoe wrestling, which I skipped rope and jumped around so much, I would always ruin my soles. My socks would show, and people who didn't use all their coupons that we got would give them to those that didn't, and I was one of the ones that got coupons, so I didn't have to go with cardboard in my shoes, which is what either the way they were made, or we did too much walking, say, on different types of roads and streets. Losing their homes, but times were tough, and many things were given up. It wasn't a pleasure to remember what everyone went through, but we did it in a patriotic way of helping each other, and it made it a lot easier, and things just were bad, but we worked together so nicely. Now, most mothers didn't go to work. Work was on the farm, and my mom had to go because of hard times, and we lived with a nice family, and these are the pictures. She worked for this nice family, and it was a good life with the family, who also pulled together and had it hard, but they were well established in the community. And back then it was all about how people worked together, and church was one of the main things that people really enjoyed doing and stuck together. Yes, movies were not, farms were not close to movies, so there was not that entertainment, but there was a lot of entertainment among those who could provide it, and a lot of nice dancing. We would call them the barn dances, only they were usually held sometimes even in our church I went to. And a lot of dinners were held. People who maybe had lots of canned things. Women canned a lot. And of course we had the radio. We did not have TV. And so it goes way back to the fact that with that, people did more things, playing cards at each other's houses, and just visiting with churns of ice cream, which was made with really good, real good cream. Here, the grown-ups talk about, well, you know, we'll lose a crop if something happens, and crops were their income.
Oh.
And this is my story of the Depression. A lot of love was shown, and we wouldn't have survived if we hadn't felt so patriotic and wanting to do the best for our country.